if it weren't for my mom and my brother having an ICAN dog, I wouldn't have gone into furloughing. And in a way, these dogs have helped me as much as they've helped my family, because I used to have severe social anxiety and depression, and the dogs have just taken that all away. I didn't even realize until I had to go away for a week without a dog, and it was tough, but I got through it, and I was happy to be reunited with my dogs. And right now I'm puppy raising this little guy named Tyrion from Game of Thrones, and he's been really great, and I wouldn't give this up for anything.
So 2004, stationed in a little town called Mahmudiyah in Iraq, Veterans Day, getting ready to go out on a patrol. I heard a whistle come in off my left shoulder, and it turned out to be a 107mm Chinese rocket. I took shrapnel to my right leg, my lower back, my right shoulder, and then it tore up my hand, and still got shrapnel in my upper arm. So coming back home, went through 26 surgeries. Now having Festus 3 years later, I can go to the grocery store on my own and shop for everything, because I can use Festus to brace, to get up and down off the floor to reach the bottom shelf. I can get pots and pans safely now from underneath the kitchen sink, because I've got him that I can brace. I don't have to hold on to a door that's going to swing. With my wife being at work, she still worries about what's going to happen if I fall. But having Festus now, a lot of that's been taken away, because she knows that, he's going to be here to help me get picked back up again.
Kendall has autism and something called Williams syndrome. And Williams syndrome is basically opposite of autism. So he's got two different things going. But with the autism, he's not able to communicate. I was always worried that I would lose him if we were anywhere, because if I closed my eyes, he'd be gone, and then he couldn't say who he was, who I was. He doesn't answer questions. I was really grateful that through ICAN that we could get a dog, number one, that would keep him with me. I can look at something and not worry that he's not with me anymore. The whole ICAN program has been absolutely amazing. I can't even, I'm not even sure I can say enough about ICAN. The people are amazing. Every person I have ever met through ICAN, I love and I admire.
She makes me feel independent. I can walk in the sand at the beach instead of crawling in the sand. She helped me walk on trails this weekend instead of using my walker or something else. I can get stuff by myself and get a drink by myself, and I couldn't do that before. I love her to the moon and back.
I'm a type 1 diabetic. I was diagnosed at the age of 40-something, and I'm a fairly brittle diabetic, so my blood sugars bounce around quite a bit, from very low to very high. I was fortunate enough to be paired up with Mo this past December. He can detect lows and highs, so he alerts me if my blood sugars are 5 to 10 points under normal, and on the high side he alerts me when my blood sugars are about 30 points over normal. He probably alerts me every single day at least 2 or 3 times. And so I have a busy schedule, don't always get around to checking my blood sugars, or at least historically have not. But now with Mo, when he smells my blood sugars being out of range, he comes up and gives me a nudge, and if I try to ignore him, he gives me a very persistent nudge until he actually sees me doing something.
I'm a teacher at Belzer Middle School. Dino and I have both been here. This is our 7th year. He does so many things at Belzer, it's really hard to name just a few. But some of my most special stories I can think of is, first of all, a student who was a selective mute, came here, started talking in class, but was still pretty hesitant, and then he met Dino. And he talked to Dino, he walked Dino to class. I still have a wonderful memory of this student singing happy birthday to Dino. Before the student left Belzer, he was actually doing the weather on our morning news. So he talks all the time now. And he started out by talking to Dino. After Dino came to school at Belzer, I realized there were a lot of students who did not get to spend time with him because they didn't have me for class. So I started Dino's Club. So students can come once a week. They learn about Dino's top 10 behaviors that they would need to know, like come, let's go, sit, and down. And then they have to pass a test, which everyone passes. And then they can check him out like a library book. And they take him to 1 class per week. They come to my room, they get him on his leash, they walk him to class, they tie him to their desk. He sits under the desk with them for that class period, and that's their time with Dino. And that way students who don't have me in class but really need to spend some time with Dino for whatever reason can still access him.
What is one word that you would use to describe Purdue?
Love. And Purdue loves me, and I love him. The favorite thing that I love about Purdue and my family, our family, is that Purdue is really playful and happy at most times. Like right there.
So Nicholas and I were talking about the biggest impact that Purdue's had on our whole family. And it's really just joy. When we were really discovering what Nicholas's struggles were and the chronicity of them, we experienced and navigated a lot of grief and fear and overwhelm, which can get kind of dark, right? And ominous at times. And it's not that we didn't have access to joy in those days. It's just that Purdue's presence in our life has sort of lit us up with a renewed sense of our connection to hope and joy. And he's just a sweet soul and a spirit that's full of love, and he's been a tremendous blessing to our whole family.
What Purdue has taught me about love is love can bring people together, and love can also heal broken hearts.